Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of DETAUX Designers Talk UX. So, Meg Whitman once said, "Passion is the fuel behind a successful career." Welcome to another episode of Crack. Today, we have Kunal with us, who tells us about his meticulous planning that landed him the perfect role at EVIVE. Stay tuned to know how. Hey, Kunal! Welcome to DETAUX. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing great as well. So, can you elaborate a little more on your current role and your company and what it does?
So currently, I'm working as a UX designer at EVIVE, and my role is to design very personalized experiences for our users. So in US, that becomes very difficult to understand, and then taking what happens is the employers actually give you benefits which you could use and try to stay healthy, which helps you stay healthy, and also to you can save money when you are actually using those benefits as well. But then these benefits can be personalized and then can be recommended for different people at different point of stages in life. You can say that one person who is 25-year-old would want to know more about how can they reduce their financial debt, college debt. Then someone who is nearing retirement, they would want to know more about like how can they plan their retirement, they're using their 401k accounts. So my company actually helps uh, understand these users better, tries to make a very detailed persona about them, and then recommends them these benefits which will help them actually save money and then stay healthy in the long run.
Well, congratulations that you got into EVIVE, and we were really interested to know about what was the process, and our audience also wanted to know what was the process that followed in the interview. Every interview we've come across till now has been very unique and has given a little more knowledge to the audience about how the process is for each company, right? So, how was your process at EVIVE overall?
So tell more. I would like to tell more about how I approach different companies and how do I actually shortlist them and then apply. Then I would tell more about like how was it at EY. So whenever like I start looking at a company, potential company where I would want to work at, I want to not have a mindset where I think about like, okay, I want to work at this company. It is something like, okay, how would it be like working at this company? So that when I join that company, it is very meaningful for me, and it's like I'm happy like joining that. So the first thing which I do here is first I try to note down all the list of companies where I would want to work. I look at their websites. I want to know more about their vision, like what type of problem they're solving. So what I do is I create a list like this. So this was created in Notion, and very like from scratch. So I try to shortlist them and then try to keep track of where I'm applying and where I'm not applying, where I got a response from, and where I got like maybe you can say like accepted as well. So there are certain things which I like to keep track of. After that, you can say like when I'm actually looking at these companies, I try to understand what type of problems they are solving, and would it be meaningful for me? Would I be able to contribute very carefully towards that problem, where I would be able to solve the problem and really impact as well. So yeah, that is something which I really look at. And then one more thing is I look at the approach which they're solving the problem with. So if I feel that their approach is right, I would really not want to join that company, because then I would be aligned with their vision and goals as well. So with EY, my process started with having an introduction round with the product manager, where he asked me questions about how do I approach the research process. Because one constraint which they currently had is they cannot directly talk to the users. So they were really keen on finding other research approaches which I would apply once I join the company if I cannot directly talk to the users. So that is something which really made me think, and then it made me feel like that this kind of job would be more challenging for me. And then they would dig deeper onto like your experiences. So after that, I will talk more about the role of portfolio. Uh, so why I feel like it is important for us to have, like us designers, to have a portfolio before you actually apply to that, before you actually talk to a single person in that company, they are going to see your portfolio, and that will actually get you shortlisted, and then it's the first point of interaction which you will have in your absence with the other interviewers as well. So once you have a good portfolio, they know that you have good presentation skills. So when it's really time for you to present some problem that you have solved to the stakeholders, it would be really helpful for them. So that is the first thing. And then another thing is you really have to document things in a very concise manner when you are actually building a portfolio. And the way you type your problem statement, the way you present your solution, the way you detail out your problem should really highlighted in your portfolio. That is something really important as well. So then they would know that how articulate you are in your writing as well. So yeah, this was about it. And then I'll tell more about the briefs I received. So one of the very like what would I say? These briefs actually made me curious, so that's why I've highlighted it. So you can see that one of the things actually told me that okay, you don't need to design anything. You tell me like what is the good and bads of the WhatsApp experience, what can be improved, and what is already very good, which people are offering from WhatsApp and Uber as well. So that was something which made me really think, where I had to come up with specific pointers where I had to highlight that this is what they are doing really good. So, for example, if I had a home assignment, this is the most basic approach which I used to take while solving them. What I used to do is I would just specifically do very brief or desk research, try to understand the problem, the space, like the industry as well, the domain, and then you can say the country as well. After I get to know about what problem am I going to solve, I try to build questionnaire. I try to talk to some potential users, get to know like what exactly they are facing, what exactly feelings, like how do they feel about the problem if it doesn't get solved. And then after that, I try to on the wireframe stage where I try to do basic wireframes with multiple solution and just try to put everything which is on my mind to those wireframe. After I'm done finding one good solution which I feel is really meaningful to show to the interviewers. So what I do is I just create a one visual design prototype which is high fidelity, and then I try to create a short video case study showing my problem solving process. What did I do? Why did I solve this problem? Detailing out the problem and problem statement, the goal, and then the wireframe from fidelity to high fidelity.
Hmm.
So after that, you can see that at different stages of the interviews, you can say at EVIVE, product manager interviewed me where he wanted to know more about my research process. After I was done with it, after my interview was done with him, I met with the front-end developer who actually spoke to me about whether I would be able to work with him, whether I knew the that how do we work with developers in terms of because while we are writing, there are a lot of technological constraints which we need to keep take care of. So
Hmm.
that was one thing, and after that, in the end, like, I met with vice president of the company where they wanted to know more about my mindset about design, about solving problems, about experimentation, how I would how I might be a potential leader as well. So this was like about 5 stages of interviews at EY, and then in the end, like I got a call from HR, and then we discussed about the offer as well. So that was the whole process of at event. Uh, so I would tell you on high level, like what exact how do they try to ask questions. What they do is they tell you a high level problem. If I would take like example, and then they tell you solutions, the designs, like how, and they want to know more about how would you solve it. And then you can say, so this is about life assignment. In take home assignment, once you are done with the assignment, they will try ask you to present it to them. They will give you some feedback and ask you how to react to it. So there you have to be really careful and try not to be taken aback by the negative feedback, and try to be very calm, and then try to understand why is that feedback being given, and then you have to try to come with a solution which would actually help solve that problem which the interviewer is having. Also, sometimes what happens is they will give you suggestions, not negative feedback, but positive feedback, and they would say, okay, this is okay, this design that you made of it have been better if you have done this. So there they are trying to see whether you are really able to what they say, because they don't want you will just try to take solutions from everyone and then come up with the design. They want someone who can take a stand in their company, who can take like who is assertive enough, who is assertive enough to say their suggestion and then come up with the right approach for
Hmm.
design. So what I felt during the different interviews where I gave is they are just trying to see whether you are calm and collected enough when you are faced with adversity from your team members, whether you are really good in taking a stand, and then whether it would be really meaningful to work with you, whether you will be able to make an impact in their workplace or not. One more thing is they also want very competent people. That's why these assignments exist. So there they try to whether they whether you would really be able to understand what problems we are going for, whether you will be able to articulate all the problems, and then build something which is which solves the problem. This is what I would like to suggest to other people who are just starting out. One thing is like don't just jump straight to the solution. Keep like try to calm down, understand more about the problem which was find it very clear that the person understand that this is the problem which you have found out while you were thinking about it. They also mention the personas as well, like what type of people would you prefer. You don't need to give all the details. Then it's really good that you can actually make, have them like make them understand the persona from the
Hmm.
then you can come up with solutions. And then you have to also let them understand that they have to solve the problem as well. Because at the starting level, just jump to the solution, you don't really explain like, how is it solved the problem.
Hmm.
And then also if you need some time to think, just like ask for it, because it's really not to ask for some to think. And yeah, I would also like to suggest that don't just come up with one single solution, because you are not showing your lateral thinking skills. It's really interesting to see someone come up with multiple solutions for a single something which I have learned until now.
Hmm.
So, like in a nutshell, I would say that okay, when a person is presented with a problem, like if I'm the interviewee, when I'm presented with a problem, I should be very patient, and then it should feel like an like you're actually controlling the orchestra. You must have seen like how they behave, like they are really calm and composed, and then they just rush to the end of the musical tour. They try to actually bring take you to a journey which is enjoying and engaging for everyone, and then they also know that like, you know what you are doing as well. So you should be exposed, and you should really exude confidence in this time. After I was selected at EVIVE, uh, what I was handed is like the organization structure, And what the HR person in the company would do is they tell you to meet certain people who you would be interacting with, so you can get to know more about the company. You can get to know more about how company works, the culture of it, and then they will tell you more about what every team does, and then what every aspect of of the company does. And they try to explain exactly how every product of the DIY works. And then at some cases they also ask you to join a sales demo where you would be learning more about how does your product actually gets sold in the market. Sorry, get sold in the market, so that you can know that what type of value you are going to provide to your clients or your end users as well. So looking at interviews, I would say that it was really interesting to talk with people during the interviews, which made me really think about my shortcomings, you can say mine as well. So they gave me some really good problems to think about. It I knew that this company is actually worth joining for. So
Everyone handles, I mean, acceptance is something that everyone likes to see in each company. But how did you handle your rejections, and how did you use that to work on your further interviews?
right. So when I actually got rejected from a company, I used to ask the human resource person the feedback which if I can receive any from the design team. That actually helped me understand more about my weaknesses. And then I used to reach out to the design team members in their company and then try to talk about like where I could have improved as well. So that is something which was a learning stage for me, and this actually helped me get better in the future interviews as well.
You also mentioned that at times you felt silent during the interview, right? Did
Right.
that make you nervous, or how did you come over that?
So honestly, if you try giving out interviews more often than like say 2 to 3 interviews in a week, you get actually comfortable with being uncomfortable. So once you're comfortable with like what your weaknesses are, you know that you don't know that
Okay.
don't know about this issue or the problem which you are faced, which they are trying to present you. That is something which what happens is like you get comfortable of saying that you don't know about this problem, and that you are accepting that okay you might get rejected as well, but then
I mean, you're even an alumni of Designers Academy as well. So did that help somewhere?
that really helped me a lot actually, because I used to be constantly connected with my mentor, and I tried to more get to know more about what the requirements of the industry are, what type of people they are looking for, what type of mindset they need to have if someone joins a company, because it's really helpful to know about the practical world from a mentor who has already worked in the design industry. And then the curriculum which I was which I learned from, it really helped me stay practical when I'm actually presenting my solutions to the designs as well. So yeah, that really helped me a lot, these two things.
So what was one thing that you would recall that you think which really made a difference compared to any other learning that you had otherwise?
One thing which I would like to say is it really made a difference for me being a designer is everything we used to do felt like we were doing it on the real world. The problems which we took, the way we solved it, it felt like we were working in a company, we were in a company environment. We were faced with a lot of rejections from our mentors, lot of negative feedback, lot of positive constructive feedback as well. So this is where we actually learn about how it would be in a real world, real company in the future as well. So having that mindset of solving problem, um, which I would want to say is that really helped me a lot.
Thanks a lot for joining us. I think it'll inspire a lot of people to understand why even to join a design course or to join a UX design company, and what to keep in mind while doing that, right? And I think you rightly mentioned that you really need to be passionate about the company you're joining and know everything about it and be informed about why are you joining there, and you need to be sure about yourself that you do you really want to do that instead of just looking for a package or being able to join a company for just work, right? It's not just work for designers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Lastly, would you like to add something to the viewers?
Yeah, I would want to say like one more thing, mindset which really helps here when they are applying for companies is to have an abundant mindset. That okay, like to feel not feel disappointed or uh, when they are faced with rejection. It really helps to stay disciplined and applying to more companies where you would want to work at, and then getting like also sharpening your skills in parallel as well. So I would say that okay, just get comfortable with it, and then you will find your company which you are looking for as of now. Yeah.
So, guys, that was it for today. We hope you liked the crack story. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section down below. If you'd like to see more videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Bye bye and take care.